Okay everyone, welcome to today's adventure painting with Eric. So there's no water down there, and we just had a storm come through, and I really thought we'd get like a lot of water and at least enough to make some fun stuff, and no, nothing, not a drop. Anyway, so we got this sycamore against the trail, some lines to snap to the mountains, but we do have a lot of clouds. And those clouds are, we don't get those as much. But anyway, so we got the sycamore and with the shadow background, some clouds. So let's see if we can put something together. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna put this together: white, yellow, blue, red, and I have some brown. I might put something else out. I don't know. I'll let you know if I do. Okay guys, it's a gorgeous sunny afternoon. It's about, 2:30 Wednesday. Let's paint. Alright, so the one thing I have been doing is I'm using this really shit scratchy brush, but I really need to get rid of it because it's not doing me any favors. Alright, so let's use something else. Again, something stiff. Not too big as far as drawing phase. All right, let's see if this does me anything. This is a it's a rosemary. Oh, okay. If you want to get my signature rosemary brushes signature brush, there aren't any, so don't bother. Okay. Let's see. Blue, some brown. Where is this for our drawing? That'll give me my darky dark that I'm going to use to draw everything in with. Here we go. Your darky dark color might be different. Also, instead of linen, this is at least I'm pretty sure this is canvas, doing the same way I did my linens, but these are using a unprimed canvas, and I primed it. I gotta be honest with you, I think I like the linen like about 1,000,000 times better, but let's see what we do here. Okay, before we do anything else, take a look at your scene. Tilt your head back. Clear your mind of everything. Just clear your mind of all the stuff that you hear going on. Don't hear just all the stuff you're thinking about. Just clear it all out. Picture the scene in your head. All right, now we start painting. Okay, so again, we got the brown. I'm going to keep it a little more on the blue side, only because it's going to be a lot of very cool shadows. All right, let's start drawing here. Now, designing the painting right here, so I want to design this painting so this sycamore is kind of just where I want it to come up to. Yeah, that's one of the secrets of plein air painting, is knowing how to set your equipment up just right. Now over there we got like this manufactured hillside for the river, because there's that much erosion going on around here that you need to do that. Like that was money well spent. The one thing I don't like about using a brush with this soft of a tip is it gives me this soft of an edge, whereas if I use that really scratchy brush, it gives me a much stronger edge work that I like a lot better. But I think the idea is that we're going to come back in with some of that. You see how like thick and everything that is? Whereas if I did this, I get like a much stronger something. Anyway, we'll figure this out. Oh, long story short, I'm not going to put in this manufactured riverbed edge. I'm just going to make it look a little more natural. Like, the county or whoever didn't spend that much money trying to put rocks there so that we don't have erosion or something where there is nobody. No this, no that. Like, you can just let the river naturally carve itself out there. No. I mean, maybe the western desert tortoise titmouse bird was having a rough go of it, and they filed a petition to get the erosion control taken care of. I don't ever know. I'm not part of government like that, guys. Okay, so for today's podcast, before I lose battery and or storage space on the old SD card like we did last time, so what we're going to do, by the way, I'm mixing up a little bit more now. For the background here, I'm going to add just a little bit of white, and I'm going to use this white here. It still is part of my drawing and composition. This is not part of the underpainting. All right, but you know, I've got this and it goes back out there. I get that hillside, so I'm going to try and put this hillside in here. Actually, it should come in a little more down here like this. Okay, for the most part, that's our drawing, okay? That's our roadmap, our drawing. So now we're going to go back in, use the same brush, same puddle of color, and now we're going to start putting in a very thin wash, okay? Don't get thick at this point. We want just mass out our shapes. We're going to start with the grassland and then down to here and then go back, okay? So let's see if we can figure out a color for that. A little bit of yellow in there. Yellow. We're going to put in a lot of white. Even though white will thicken stuff up, we're going to thin this back down a lot, okay? Don't be confused. Keep it thin at this point, very thin. If you get thick here, you're going to be scraping some paint off. And we all know how expensive paint is, and we don't want to do that. Because like I went and bought like some colors to do some acrylic stuff because I thought it was really fun. And I walked out of the store, like it was like $250. I'm like, are you shitting me? But you know, you're already up at the counter. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry. Remember, this is like abstract painting here. We're just putting in a just a background menage of color here, okay? Very fun. This is the fun part, a lot of people say. All right, so let's see, what is today's podcast about? Making friends painting, solitary endeavor, make some friends, hit me up, say hi, comment on the video, comment on this or that, I don't know. Now this technique is, I mean, you know, it was done with, I took the Ken Oster workshop, and this is kind of how he did it. But, you know, I've seen other people do paints out here, plein air, and they have a different theory in terms of laying the color down. And one of that theory is that you're laying it down very precisely. You know, like you come in here and you'd be like, and that's all cool, and I like it. If you do that, that's more like, I see a lot of the Chinese guys doing it like that. But, you know, if that's the way you were taught and that's the way you like doing it, then shit howdy, make it happen. I just like coming in the way I like doing it because it's pretty free and expressive, you know. Because then we'll come back in with our detail work and redo the drawing part to put in specific spots of color to make certain things happen. But for right now, I just like putting in this kind of fun wash because it makes it so that it's harmonious, you get good values out of it. It creates a nice backdrop. And as we go back, we're going to put in blue. We're going to add some blue to our puddle of color, and we're going to move it back a little bit here. So in this area back in here. It's also in shadow. I add some shadow. Okay, now we're going to go up with that. Now it's more dark up in there. So what do we do? We're going to add blue and red and some yellow, some more blue, a little more blue. Okay, keep it thin. Let's see what we got. If you don't like what you got, change it. I think I like what I've got. Composition is more or less there. We're putting in the thunder painting. I've been paying attention. So let's just start putting in the info. We're going to start from the back and work our way forward. It's always a little bit weird when you're out here all by yourself and you hear some animal huffing. Time to stop and take a look around. Okay, so let's just continue building up some texture here. That's all we're doing, just building up texture. We'll come back in with some better drawing and putting some sticks and shit in there to bring this mass of whatever the hell I just painted in here, bring it together. Okay, so remember in the beginning of the painting I was like just all over the place, and I was like, some people, make very deliberate strokes. Well, here's where I'm making my deliberate strokes. Being very conscientious of what I'm doing. Alright, that's the end of that. Alright. Put out some fresh blue. By the way, I was watching a fun video on how they make ultramarine blue and why is it called ultramarine versus French ultramarine. Long story short, cut to the chase, I have to, spending an hour and a half. So blue or ultramarine blue is made from lapis lazuli. Now if you're a big fan of lapis lazuli, it is a mineral found in the, as far as I think it's the Kandahar region of Afghanistan. I'm going to take this off here. You may remember that from such hits as Gulf War 1 and 2 and whatever. Anyway, so the mines up in there, and of course, and then for some reason the mines were closed and this and that, but it's like the only source of lapis lazuli and the actual blue minerals, the lapisite, and it was, so that's the only place it's mined. And of course, who doesn't like that good stuff? But the rock is apparently pretty hard, and you gotta mill it down and all that good stuff. So I bought some lapis lazuli because I was like, I'm gonna make my own make my own ultramarine. By the way, the French ultramarine was done in what, the 1800s or something, and basically it was, hey, find a cheaper blue, because this lapis lazuli shit was pretty expensive. So anyway, so that's what they did, and that's why it's French ultramarine, because it's a French guy, I forgot his name, was the one who did it. All right, you're all caught up. So now we have lapis lazuli. Is apparently really expensive, and it's hard to even find. Like, I think they showed, like, Jack Richardson paints was like the only one that they showed, and I even went around and looked, and I was like, I can't even find where you can buy it. So anyway, so yeah, we're gonna make some. And to that end, I figured out, because I was like, well, how the hell are you going to mill it down? I don't have a rock milling machine, surprisingly. But you can use, or at least I'm going to try, so I'm going to make a video on that, and basically use hydraulic bottle jacks to create the what needs to, the crushing force. So let's, and then, you have to mill it, refine it. And there was some other, like, really weird process and chemicals and all kinds of stuff that you need to do in order to refine out just the blue, basically, from the other bits of rock that it combines up with. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm starting to get into the weeds in this painting here. And the one thing I'm looking at is maybe I should have made this tree, like, a lot bigger. Whatever. Maybe that's an idea. Okay, so let's have a little talk about this painting and wrap it up a little bit here. So if I step back a little and take a look at it, it's like, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think there's a couple of things I would change. Number one is making the sycamore bigger. I might do that. I don't know. But the planes and this and that, maybe bring it up a little forward. I know I put in a lot of scratchies, a lot of detail, but I think I could, the hell is that called? Simplify it a little. Simplify some of this a little bit in here. It's an idea. I could work it out in the studio. Other than that, there was no water, and that's the whole reason I came out here. However, it's now, what, about 4:30? Maybe it's time to hit in and out on the way back. Anyway, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this painting. Like, subscribe. Put a comment that says you had a great day, and that you were inspired so much to paint that you decided to paint. I think that works. Alrighty, till next time. Okay, so if you're just following along, you're still watching the video, and you're like, oh wait, didn't the video end because he finished his painting? Well, I got this one back here in the studio. It's a little later in the day. We went in and out, don't worry. Anyway, so I'm looking at it. It's like, yeah, there's just some stuff that's just not gelling with me. So, instead of sitting on my phone doom scrolling until Jeopardy comes on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this painting. So let's see if we can fix it up a little. It's just there's some things here that just aren't working with me. One of the things is, like, I think that tree needs to be bigger. It needs a lot more definition to really set this whole tree as my subject matter. And then, some of these marks I have down here, I've got, like, really fuzzy line quality, and I've got this really sharp line quality, and I just want to make it a little more cohesive. All right, let's do it. All right, so I finished the painting to what I think it's finished, but I kind of accomplished the goals I wanted to do, the goals I'd set out to accomplish, which is, you know, work out some of the scratchiness and the line quality of the lower area, fix some of the back area, fix up this tree a little as it's, you know, the subject matter. Did it really accomplish what I was looking to do? Not really. So what I'll probably end up doing is repainting this from this painting into another painting just to work out those ideas. I mean, not every painting you do is going to be a perfect painting. And if it is, well then, hey man, that's off to you. So anyway, but anyway, it was a fun day. It's a nice day. It's a painting. I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to put this up for sale on ArtPal. But if you go to artpal.com/enewbert, hopefully I'll put the link in there. Check it out. Buy a painting. Support the channel. Say hi. Drop a line. I don't know. All the good stuff. Oh, like, click, and subscribe too. That helps a lot. Especially, I think, the like button. Anyway, all right, on to the next painting.